மெசேஜ் அனுப்பிச்சிருக்கேன்.
ஓகே சார்.
Hello.
Ma'am, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma. Start பண்ணிடலாமா இல்ல வெயிட் பண்ணலாமா?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Beta, ma'am, kindly switch off your video.
Mic on பண்ணிட்டா.
Beta, ma'am, kindly switch off your video, ma'am. Okay.
Start பண்றதா. 3 minutes.
Hello.
Hema, start, Hema.
Okay. Hi all, good morning all. Myself Hema Sundari, Department of ECE. We extend a warm welcome to all the participants from various institutions. We, the Department of EEE and ECE from Dr. MGR Education and Research Institute, first year BTech campus, proudly present a national webinar on advanced physiological signal processing and modeling for neural networks, presented by Dr. D.K. Ravish, Department of Medical Electronics, Dr. Ambedkar Institute of Technology, Bangalore. Thank you, sir, for readily accepting our invitation. So now now I call upon Mr. K. Saravanan, Associate Professor, Department of EEE, to give the welcome speech. Sir, Saravanan, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. Yeah, you can.
With the blessing of God, I welcome you all for our today's function. First of all, I would like to thank our honorable founder, Chancellor, Dr. ACS sir, and our honorable President, Engineer ACS Arun Kumar, for given this opportunity to conduct this program. On behalf of Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute, first year BTech campus, it is great pleasure for me to welcome you all for the national level webinar on advanced signal processing and modeling for neural networks. First, I welcome Dr. S. Geeta Lakshmi, Vice Chancellor of our university, Dr. C.B. Palanivelu, Registrar of our university, and Dr. C. Cyril Raj, Joint Registrar, Academic and Administration. Next, I welcome our prayerful and dedicated Professor, Dr. B.B. Jabaraj, Joint Registrar, E&S Campus, and the main backbone of the function. She always supported and guided us, Dr. N.S. Subhastri, Dean E&S. Welcome you, ma'am. Today, we have an eminent speaker, Dr. D.K. Ravish, Associate Professor, Department of Medical Electronics, Dr. Ambedkar Institute of Technology, Bangalore. We are honored to welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. very much, sir.
I extend a warm welcome to all the participants for this function. With your all blessing, let's start the program. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Saravanan sir. Now I welcome our beloved Joint Registrar, ENDS, Dr. D.B. Jabraj sir, to deliver the special address. Sir.
Hema sir didn't join.
Yeah, Tara's not joined.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, now I welcome our beloved dynamic Dean ENDS, Dr. N.S. Shubhashri ma'am, a very active and supportive Dean, to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you, Hema. Thank you, department. So, on behalf of the first year campus, I welcome all of you, all the participants, for another national level. This is conducted by the Department of EC and EEE, that is attached with first year BTech. Both like advanced process modeling for neural networks. I also extend a warm welcome to the resource person, Dr. D.K. Ravi sir. Sir, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, madam. It's my
And
privilege.
I hope this.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. It's going to be very informative because as a science person, even I'm new to this. So I congratulate the department. Even though they are attached to the first year and they regularly take electrical and electronics, they have just chosen a very good resource person with a very good current hot topic. So I hope this webinar will open up many avenues for multiple, multidisciplinary research. So thank you. Just a word for the participants. Since we are all in an era of online learning now, and we do not know where and when it is going to end, just take the opportunity to explore many such possibilities of attending such webinars. And please don't stop the webinars. Just go further and see how we can utilize that in our career. So that is very important. Let this be a takeaway message here, so that even during such a crisis period, as an academician, we are all joined together to have a fantastic learning session. I hope it is going to be very, very fantastic and interactive. So please do listen to our webinar and support us. So once again, I congratulate the department for this initiative and many more to come. Once again, I welcome the speaker on behalf of first year BTech. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for encouraging our department, and this will make us to make more successful programs. So now I call upon Mr. G. Manikandan, Department of ECE, Assistant Professor, to give the welcome speech.
Good morning. A very warm welcome everyone once again. It's my great honor to introduce our eminent speaker of honor for the day, Dr. D.K. Ravish, who is currently an Associate Professor, Department of Medical Electronics, Dr. Ambedkar Institute of Technology, Bangalore, since 2002. He obtained his BE in Electronics and Communication Engineering from Mangalore University and the MTech in Biomedical Instrumentation from Visvesvaraya Technological University, Karnataka, and a PhD degree from Anna University, Chennai. He is a member of Indian Society for Technical Education, Institution of Engineers, fellow member of Institution of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering, member of Biomedical Engineering Society of India, and senior member of Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. He published and presented many papers in international, national level journals and conferences. He gave technical speech in workshop, seminar, and faculty development programs in various institutes. It's our proud privilege to have him as a chief guest. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Manikandan, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Manikandan, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
So a small announcement to all the participants. Please all mute your audio and video for the successful running of the program. So now we can start the program, sir. Ravi, sir.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Yes, you can start, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Vanakkam. For nice introduction, and it's my pleasure and privilege to give an opportunity to as a speaker in very good esteemed university, Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute. It's my privilege, and I'm grateful to the management and the efforts put by Department of ECE, Dean, Joint Registrar, Coordinator, Kandan sir, Madam, and Dean Madam. So, a brief, warm welcome and introduction is also given. I am not telling much about myself. So, I am graduated from Mangalore University during 1994 in the ECE background and MTech in Biomedical Instrumentation. Now, Anna University PhD Panirike, Center for Medical Electronics. And I have taught a few subjects as a visiting in Anna University also. So it is my proud and privilege to be a part in Chennai, the two very esteemed Dr. MGR University. When the call comes invitation, I was very much honored. So I will start my session. So I will share my PPT. In the juncture, if anything troubled are there in the chart and other things, or you can who is the coordinator conducting, you can call me my WhatsApp, so that smooth
Yes,
running of
sir.
yeah.
Sir, 1 minute, sir.
Yeah.
You can click resume your presentation, sir.
Yeah. Now sharing, no, madam. It is sharing my
Yes,
PPT.
sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So this is my first PPT presentation. This is under the Dr. MGR University as Dean Madam and very well said coordinator and all. During this pandemic and crisis time, we have to adapt to the new era of online teaching and online learning. So teaching and learning is a dynamic process. At whatever the juncture are there, it is our responsibility to carry over this type of this thing. That's what I was very happy, and I congratulate Dr. MGR University Education Research Institute to take up this work. So this is a faculty of technology in association with TCE department and CE Triple E cluster and first year BTech student and many coordinators and the top brains are involved in that. Today this is 25th June. The time session is given for me 1 hour, 11 to 12. So my topic is I am covering. So I don't know whom and all there the participant. Madam, audible? Is it audible? Anyone? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Yeah. My topic is advanced physiological signal processing and modeling for neural networks. This topic is little bit. It is a the topic is a blend. Start from it is from the introductory topic introducing to the biomedical signal processing till to the high-end research. So that's what few preliminary slides are there. It deals with basic principles. Sometimes teacher may get they are involved in teaching and many more this thing triple E clusters. They are aware of that. It looks like a very primitive, but kindly bear with me. So then after that I will introduce, because many faculty are there. Just the principle I cannot say. So this is eye-opening for the research topics. So as I was worked in Center for Medical Electronics, CEG campus, College of Engineering, India, Anna University. So many research projects we carried out. So those topics I here included all. It may be useful for the faculty as a researcher, funded project and other things. I am free feel to share my ideas in any juncture of time for the knowledge sake. It is a this thing. So I am presenting a topic. It is a combined topic: advanced physiological signal processing, modeling, and neural network. So it is a very complex topic, but I start with fundamental principles then. So this is my recognition. So I am working in government-aided engineering college. It is under Visvesvaraya Technological University. So you can communicate any of the time after the session also. This is my identity and my recognition. And my topic initially I am covering. This is my content, my agenda of today's topic. I am start with introduction, then physiological signals. I am talking about physiological. That is very important now in this pandemic situation. We know about screening and detection of diseases, how to be well-being of a man, that is very important. So that's what I am talking about, physiological signals and signal processing. And only signal processing is a very difficult task. So we have to model the signal. So if we model the signal, then only we get the some sort of accuracy measures, and so it is helpful in diagnosis of diseases. So that's what modeling of signal after acquisition and after processing, that is important. So then we are nowadays is everything is automated and artificial intelligence and machine learning process. So I start with a simple neural network architecture, its application, advantages, and conclusion. So in India is having we can say very proudly biomedical engineering in ancient India. It is started during Sushruta Samhita. It is in the scripture. References are there for biomedical engineering. It dates back to the before Christ, 1200 years. So we are in India, we are having ancient way of learning biomedical and healthcare. Our contributions are more are there, but we see that's what our strength is intellectual knowledge and other things is a very old ancient history is there. So in Western, it is a belief and superstitious till during the 14th century. But when industrial revolution and renaissance that is started, the Western people then started the medical. So earlier that only based upon the superstitions and other things were there. Only that is developed for, they are having the history of only 500 years, but ours is very 1200 years back, days back to that one. That is there. Biomedical engineering encompasses what and all the things it is there. Physics, chemistry, math, and internal biology will be there. So all engineering aspect is for the welfare of mankind. So here we are using medical science as a center, and engineering is a bridging between two, that is a biomedical engineering. So BME, biomedical engineering, that is National Health Informatics, NIH working definition, that it integrates between basic fundamental science and as your university, MGR University, which is a blend of engineering things, fundamental and applied sciences are there and medical sciences are there. So this is actually what in the university to be there. So biomedical engineering is also which encompasses all these things. So which is having biomedical engineering alone. Engineering itself nowadays not trend. So we use biomedical instrumentation, medical electronics, computers in medicine, cellular, biometrics, ergonomics. Means how medical electronics is there, like that mechanical, medical mechanical, medical electrical work. So it is association of all engineering things are there. That is the concept of biomedical engineering. So you can see here, we can see it all together. Okay, so we club computer science, information science, electrical, all the branches are there. For the healthcare is there, that comes under biomedical engineering, which is a very vast and presently, so to as a live better and dignified life, we require our healthcare. So that is BME is very strongly and developed content are there. So in that a small topic, so we come into the some branches of this in EEE cluster. So biomedical instrumentation or medical instrumentation or medical electronics. Yeah. So bioinstrumentation is a measurement based upon the electronics component and all, and we use the computers for essential part of biomedical instrumentation. Hello, any feedback? If this space is okay, audible, I am audible and PPT is with you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. This space is okay, or else I am a little bit go faster because these and all fundamental things are there. Shall I go with same space?
Yes, sir. You can go like this.
Okay. Yeah. Biomedical instrumentation is a any instrumentation is there. Here we start with the physical quantity, but here the man is there. So that is man instrumentation, or everything the measurement made on a man. So that we call as a man instrumentation system or bio instrumentation system. In the man we have so many systems are there. So here the physical systems are there. So means here in industrial engineering or electronics and instrumentation department, what they study is they measure the physical quantity. Physical quantity is temperature, pressure, heat. These they make measurement on a furnace or humidity or some other physical quantity they measure. But in bioinstrumentation or as a medical electronics part, we are measuring on a man, but we require sometimes a stimulus is required. So many parameters are there. This physical quantity of a man, we term it as a physiological signals. So this physiological signal with a suitable transducer, so a energy conversion, that physical quantity or physiological quantity in the man is there, we are converting using the transduction principle. Energy conversion is takes place. Physiological quantity we are converting into the electronic means of signals and signal conditioning. And this block diagram all we are aware as an electronic engineer, this is the fundamental block of any instrumentation system. That is a common thing. So here only man and stimulus is required. So now, so physical quantity is what? Temperature, light and pressure is a physical quantity, but it is evolved from a man. So that is, we call it as a physiological signal. So nowadays the first figure is there. This is symbolizes, now we are all familiar with our pandemic crisis, corona. The detection, basic detection is using the pulse oximetry, that is oxygen saturation and oxygen level, and the pulse is important, respiration is important, and our body temperature thermograph is important. So we are making nothing, same thing. So any instrumentation system, we just measure the temperature. So non-invasively mass screening gadget without touching any person, that is possible by the thermograph, that is the temperature here. So normal engineering we call as a temperature as a physical quantity, but now we are making a measurement on a man, we call as a physiological signal. So temperature is measured, and we are using here showing the cloud, and the person is working on a computer. So software, information science engineering and other informations are there. It is a clinical information or medical informatics. So we are using so many, and detection and diagnosis we are using artificial intelligence, neural network, so many things we are using. Similarly, the second illustration is a light. So light is passing infrared light, red color light to the tibia. This is the finger. Here the flow of blood is a pulsative. So as oxygen pulse is there, whenever the pulse is there, so its saturation, oxygen saturation more and reflectance will be more. So each pulse is measured using the photoplethysmography. The principle is called as a PPG. Their oxygen saturation, and as well as we are measuring the pulse. These pulses, so normally it should be 90 to 100 and oxygen saturation to be above 100. So we can see the pulse is somewhere around 73 to 80, 90 pulses will be there. And here 97 is showing in the figure depicted, that is the oxygen saturation. 90% of the oxygen saturation is good. Less means the person is having suffocation or cessation of breathing, and breathing difficulty will be there. The person is suffering from any diagnostic, any disease condition. Similarly, so here another image is shown lungs. During the infectious diseases, other pneumonia like conditions, so lungs cannot having inspire and expiration rate will be there. That is normally in a 1 minute person has to respire somewhere around 16 to 22 respiration to be there. That is measured here. So these all the temperature, the light intensity of the pulses are there, our respiration, expiration and inspiration of air in the lungs is there. These we call as a physiological signal. So this is exemplary of all physiological signal. I enumerated very less number of physiological system. So that is inside that a pulse oximetry, a PPG pulse. So this is opened one. These hardware things are there. So if in the hardware this IC chip, so we can have so many things, enlarged block diagram are there. So this is one has to appreciate. So what and all the things are there in the engineering concept. This is not a medical electronics or biomedical engineering. This is a EEE cluster or electronics and communication engineer. They were doing this one. So here oscillator will be there, ARM processor are there, flash, timer, writing program, embedded system, so many things are there. So this is embodied with so many engineering concepts, particularly electronics discipline, ECE. So this is the branch of electronics only, doing all for healthcare sector or electronics. So that is emerged as a new topic as a medical electronics. So all this we do after detection of diseases. So objective of any engineering concept, particularly signal acquisition or physiological signal measurement. What we have to do, so disease is detected, we have to rehabilitate, we have to make it correction. Sometimes correction is possible by therapeutic instrument like ventilators or pacemakers or defibrillators. So many other medical equipments are there, or medical devices are there that allows, the design is allows to treat the person, subject, we call as a patient, to treat the things. So that is called as a therapeutic medical devices or therapeutic equipments are there. This comes under rehabilitation engineering. So here we can see a man instrumentation system. So many biological, so many other systems are there in the body. So we have cardiovascular system, respiratory system, nervous system, chemical. The name I named here very few of the systems, but so major systems I enumerated, but there are so many other systems also there in our body. From these we are acquiring a physical quantity or physiological signals are there. That is okay. Here in terms of blood flow, pulses, temperature, these things are coming from the cardiovascular system. In the respiratory system, so that is inhalation, exhalation of air, respiration rate we can find out, or oxygen saturation we can make measurement, how the lungs are working, that these things, normal and abnormality we can detect. Similarly, nervous system, how it is a body's main integral and controlling action is the nervous system. 90% of the neurons, there are several hundred millions of neurons are there, several 100 millions of neurons are there in our brain, 90% of that. So it controls all the actions and all our controlling and integral function. So we are hearing from the nervous system. So that is termed as a electroencephalography. And from the cardiovascular system, so we can evolve electrocardiograph. So it is familiarly known as EEG. And chemical, so that is the glucometer. So hemoglobin level, this and all comes from our chemical systems. Apart from that, we have bioacoustic signal, that is ultrasound scanning, biomagnetic signals, so magnetic signal, that is MRI, and medical imaging, radiographic signals are there. That's also signals are available, bioacoustic, biomedical, biomechanical, bioacoustic, so many other biopotentials are there. So now this biopotentials are there, biological signal. In that a small example I am explaining here. So in the biological signals or physiological signals, it is evolved from cardiovascular system, CVS, that is electrocardiograph. That is, we are very familiar about our ECG. So heart is in a 1 minute is beating 72 times, and each time it is beating, which is having two types of circulation. One is systemic circulation, other is a pulmonary circulation. During pulmonary circulation, it gets oxygenated, and during the systemic circulation, oxygenated blood transported to each and every cell of our body, and removes the waste materials from our body, and it sends to the excretory system to disperse. And so that's what we are livelihood of our these things it keeps. So then phonocardiogram, heartbeat sound, acoustic things we can measure, or the contraction and relaxation of our heart, that is signal is evolved. And photoplethysmography is the volume of the blood, that is the pulse from the tibia or ear pinna or our fingers. We make the measurement of each pulse. Then blood pressure, so heart rate variability, this and all evolved from the cardiovascular system. This is a bioelectric signal, we can term as a bioelectric signal. Similarly, EMG, muscular contraction will be there. So we are having our skeletal muscle contraction and relaxations are there, evolve in electromyograph. Neurological signals are electroencephalography, electrooculogram, evoked potentials, and single neuron cells are there. from the respiratory signal, respiratory system. So respiratory signal, that is from the spirogram, is an instrument measuring for this one. So now I am coming to some examples. I cannot deal with all biological signals or all physiological signal. As an exemplary, major biopotentials are there, bioelectrical potentials are there. That is ECG, EMG, and EEG example I will take. And from that, so what and all the research avenues and how they are detecting and how it is applied to the signal processing task and neural network for our application, we have to evolve. So I am now narrow down my topic to the ECG. So ECG is a quasi-periodic. Hello? Yeah, I am audible?
Yes, sir. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Mr. Niraj Kola, please mute your audio. Okay, sir.
Okay, shall I continue? Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir.
ECG is electrocardiogram. So it is a quasi-periodic rhythmical repetitive type of signal evolved from the cardiovascular system, that is the contraction and relaxation of the heart. So it is electrical activity association with functioning of our heart, that is termed as a ECG. So ECG is called as electroencephalography. Electroencephalography means it is a principle of obtaining a biopotential of heart. Electrocardiogram, ECG means, once again, it is called as a machine, and electrocardiograph means the output chart on the paper or output is available in the graphical manner to visualize, that is called graph. But no problem, we can interchangeably use the words as a commonly familiarly known as ECG, that is right only. So all were know about our heart signal. So that is functioning of the heart resulting in a biopotential. It is ionic potentials are there. It is converted into the electrical potential with a suitable instrumentation system, a specialized instrumentation system using the op-amp. We are all familiar with op-amp instrumentation system with a 5 op-amp instrumentation system with 10,000 gain is possible nowadays. So minute signal are there. We amplify it in terms of volt and converting the signal. The technique we know in the instrumentation system. So that is termed as a ECG. So this is the functioning of the heart. A man is there. So to sustain life, we require heart to be beaten, contraction and relaxation to be there. So their pumping of blood, it is depicted a blue color and red color. That is nothing but deoxygenated, oxygenated blood. So wholesome.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Mr. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. You can. Sir, you can continue, sir.
Yeah. So we are seeing your heart. What is the problem is there? Yes, we know. What we have to do now, we have to cook for 100 people and we have to serve them food. Means first we have to take the food because we have to serve other people, 100 people. So or else if we are not taking food and serving 100 people, we get fatigued. So that's what heart is pumping blood to all the component and all the other organ. But heart itself is an organ which requires essential oxygen and pumping of blood is required. So this is, we can see right coronary artery and left anterior descent arteries are there. These two are there. Due to the our food culture and environment and other things, hereditary problem, we get disease LAD and RCA, that is coronary artery are there. So which is blocked by the cholesterol. So that time what happens, this is the block occurs here, and here the supplemented oxygen supplement to this particular region. So that is not proper. That's what this muscle get diseased and it cannot pump more blood, it get fatigued. So that's what a change in the ECG occurs, and it is condition lead to, it is allowed similar time and not tested, lead to the heart attack and other so many other type of heart diseases. So this is showing that heart is a organ, and for that supplement of blood is also required. So any block and other things are there. So ECG to be tested and can be treated well. So this is the figure is here picture is showing is a person Ethavan in 1904. So he is a physicist, he first acquired electrocardiogram. So we can see this is a off sinusoidal signal and a triangular type of signal. It is a quasi-periodic signal which is occurring because of functioning of the heart, functioning of the heart, contraction and relaxation. One time contracting a ventricle, other time contracting the atrium. So this resulting a resulting association of electrical activity of the heart, which is the pattern looks like a this one we can call as a PQRST. P is a off sinusoidal. QRST signal is a quasi-periodic high electric line and high electric potentials are there. Voltage, amplitude or more is there, that we can see here somewhere around 1.2 millivolt will be there. Then after potentials will be there. This is termed as a ECG. That is first identified and given philosophy of recording of ECG, electrocardiography. That person is shown in the picture, that is Ithavan. So this is a person made some standardization, how to measure. Internationally they made the standard, it's called as a lead system. It is called as a monopolar and bipolar lead. So many other concepts are there. I'm not going into the depth of the recording, but any one of the lead system is tells how our heart is functioning, how healthy our body is there. So the various phases of heart contraction, excitation, systolic excitation, and this is there. So all we are about PKRST. So PKRST is very important. T is atrium contraction and R is ventricle contraction. So we know heart is beating every time. So it also has to supplemented with essential oxygen and nutrition. So this is T and U are the after potential. There by that time heart is taking rest. So entire time duration is somewhere around 0.8 seconds. So in a 1 minute 72 beats means approximately in a 1 second one. And sometimes it is 2 windows. In a 1 second 2 QRST will be there. So it is repeated 12 times extra. 1 minute. So 72 beats are normal as a test. So this is the figure is showing electrical injury. So how the potential will be there and all. So we calculate every times everything in engineering perspective, and we are making it understandable to the doctor. What the lead system, what are the phases and all. We are making phasor diagram and obtaining calculations are there for further discussion of normal and abnormality and what is the type of disease to detect. We require all this. I'm not going into the fine details of ECG here. So here in the ECG, how the person is in a bedside monitoring are there. Is acquired with ECG. So what and all how it is recording is can be made. So this picture is depicting, and here we can see the things are amplitude is very less, bandwidth is 100 Hz, and various phases of ECG we can see. In the first phase, normal sinus rhythm there. Here we can see there is a missing of P wave are there. That is atrium is not contracting. Similarly, here ventricles are blocking will be there. So this is the very less heartbeat will be there in the 5 seconds. So this and all. So normal and abnormal detection, 12 lead configurations and other things are given in the phase. So this is very important. What is the normal means? They take 100 volunteers, healthy 25-year-old young adult, and they make all these things calibration, and they made statistical analysis. What are the waves are there? I am not going into the fine detail of this one, just as a understandable thing. So ECG is up to 100 Hz, is a very low frequency, and the energy quantity are there, or amplitude we call as a physical quantity as a electrical amplitude is there, which is very less energy. So that is up to 1 millivolt will be there, and there are some time period will be there, PR wave and PR interval, ST interval. So here one thing I will explain what is the significant ST segment. So we can go back to the signal here. Yeah, this signal I will show here. Yeah, ST segment. Here heart is in during the ST segment. P wave is atrium contraction, QRS is ventricular contraction. During this time, it is called as a after potential, means in a 1 second period. 0.8 is, each heartbeat is 0.8 second. During this 0.2 second, heart is taking rest. Now I am explaining what is the ST segment in this figure. So here's a simple statistics we can see. In a 1 day, heart is beating 1 lakh times in a 1 day. So in every hour, 4,800 beats will be there, and every day approximately 1 lakh, 1,15,000 are there. 3 billion times a person is having a good useful lifespan of 80 years. It is somewhere around 3 billion times it is beating, and every 34 second people are dying with heart diseases, and in US alone somewhere 2,500 death causes every day. Okay, so this is how what is the things are there, strategy of ECG and why it is significant, it shows. So we can imagine, so it is in mother's abdomen in the fetal, it is of a gestation period of 6 weeks. Heart is of the size of a peanut, which is starting beating, and we expect our lifespan in India somewhere around 75 to 80 years if we live by that time. So heart is continuously beating without taking rest, even in unconscious stage or even we are sleeping. So heart is beating. So 3 billion times it is has to beat without any unstoppable. So that's what we have to keep our heart to be good condition. So that is what the significance of this one. So normal rate is 72. In between 60 to 100 beat is there. That is good. Less than 60, it's called as a arrhythmia. Arrhythmia is related to the heart rate. Low heart rate is called as a bradycardia. High heart rate is called as a tachycardia. So that is measurement. That is the arrhythmia. And heart is taking every beat. So that's what I said. So heart is started beating when it is in mother's abdomen in the embryonic stage of a peanut size. It is started beating till the end of the life. But can't it heart get any type of fatigue or pain? So it is certainly taking rest. As in a 24 hours, 8 hours we will go and work for the office, and our work duty will do 2-3 hours for getting up for 6 hours, and many and we spend. So and we get rest, sufficient rest during the night, during sleep. But heart, it is from the mother's abdomen, peanut size is there till the life end. So it has to beat, means it is taking rest every second. So 0.8 second it takes for 1 minute. 0.2 second ST segment, it has to take rest. That is called after potential. By that time, heart, there is no electrical potentials. It is a isoelectric line. There is a zero line. So zero potentials will be there. That is very important. If it is more elongated, heart is idle. If it is taking less time, so heart is getting unrest. So we have to get heart to be rest. So that's what very important parameter will be there. High heart rate, low heart rate, and ST segment are very important parameter to detect the heart diseases. Okay, so this is some of the heart diseases are there. I am not going into detail. When if you are doing very interesting research, you can one can see this thing. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
you
Yes,
are
sir.
audible.
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a myocardial ischemia, that is the heart attack, or we call it a MI. Myocardial infarction, we call it a MI, heart attack. So this and all related to the heart. We can see different signal. This is a normal signal. P wave is there, QRST, and after potentials. And ST segment, this is the isoelectric line. The pointer I am showing, this is the ST line. So this is a zero line, heart is taking rest. So this is in a 1 second period, 1 beat to be there. Okay, so if it is in a 1 second, the beat is missing, means it's a slow heart rate. If it is 2 beats comes in every 1 second, then it is called as a high heart rate. If the ST period will be there, this to be 0.2 second. If it is taking more, so heart is idle. Okay, it is not properly functioning. If it is taking less time, so heart is unrest. So that's and all some things are there. So many heart diseases are there. It is to be detected, and doctors will give the therapeutic evaluation can be done. Not only surgical process, so many nowadays, so many other process will be there. So that is called as a arrhythmia, high heart rate and low heart rate. This is all about abnormality detection of heart or physiological signal. We can see how it is acquired from the doctor. We can acquire taking into the MATLAB or LabVIEW or nowadays Power Lab or National Instrument boards are there, or else AD instruments are there. We can acquire, get back, and we can work with doctors. Known parameters are there. So we are applying this removal of noise, filtering, modeling, and applying the neural network. This how we carry out the research, and final things as a gadget and device. Our program and software will be provided in a gadget and devices. So if it is one device is there which is serves the device will serve many people community, and which is useful for mankind. So that's and all disease detection they will do. Yeah, these all things are there. This is cardiovascular system or physiological system. So in this picture, I am showing electrical activity, what happens in the heart attack condition. So ECG will be there, but here we can see the chaos, non-stationary. Okay, so we cannot see the rhythmical, repetitive, synchronous activity of a rhythmic activity. So it is abnormal electrical voltages will be there, and then after that a straight line will be there. Though this is the condition we call as a golden period or golden minute or golden hour. So if it is, this is the heart attack condition or myocardial infarction condition, this time it is to be treated, first aid or resuscitation to be given properly. Okay, oxygen, ventilation, and defibrillation and other things will be given. So we expect this is once again it start reinitialization of heart, and never person is not getting any heart attack, and after that evaluation can be treated. So that is every person we have to take the decision. So we are showing the black, this is cholesterol, bad cholesterol. Triglycerides are there. Triglycerides, not all cholesterol are there. That is the triglycerides, and with diabetic content, what happens? So this is accumulation are there, and this makes the block. This block in the heart, the surrounding tissue will be damaged, so it is not pumping, and electrical activity of the heart signal affects. So that's what it leads to the abnormal condition. So it is nowadays very easy. A balloonoscopy or else angioplasty, that is to be done here, and or else bypass. So here the bypassing of this one, it is possible. That's called the bypass surgery. That's furthermore doctors will do the therapeutic things. Now here only we are diagnosing from the ECG. So this is one of the stent is applying the stent here for removal of plaque or making allow of blood, coronary artery block is there, that is to be corrected by atrial stent. So I am skipping this. So here other things are there. We can see the pulse. So pulse means circulation. We call as a volume of blood. So volume of blood making measurement is called plethysmography. It is called photoplethysmography. So that's very important. Our pulse rate. Okay. What is the pulse rate will be there? Somewhere around 90 will be there. So if 20 minutes, it's not a different thing. It's different. So pulse is around 90 to be there, and oxygen saturation in the pulses are to be measured. That is a good physiological parameter. So here showing the BP also. BP is 80 to 120. And even is not a criteria. There is a no normal and abnormal. People are living with 90 and 110 also. For them, it is a we cannot call it a abnormality. So it depends upon the individual person BP. So this and all called as a physiological thing. So a person having heart angina or difficulty are there, then he decided to go to the doctor. He goes to the doctor, that time his heart is functioning properly, and no variations are not detected. So the person, when it is having the difficulties are there in the heart during the stress and working conditions, so that can be tested using the treadmill. So treadmill is the method. The person is making a stress and taking the ECG and finding what are the abnormality is the correct way of testing of the ECG. Normally, any person is there with heart problem also, he goes to the doctor and takes the ECG. So ECG will be showing normal only. So it is to be tested with continuous monitoring, real time, and many more hours it is to be recorded. That is accurate decision making is possible. That's what the research areas are there. So in the real time, working on a big data analysis. And here, now I am coming to the another area of bio electric signal, physiological signal, that is the muscle, skeletal muscle. So here I am not going to detail you about the normal things. So I am directly goes to the what is to be given to the as a rehabilitation engineering application after the detection of diseases. I will explain in EMG. So a person in the accident or in some conditions in engineering work in the industry, amputee will be there. For them, so signals is coming from the brain to the end of the hand. So this wrist is amputated. So at that time, a embedded system, artificial limb are there, we call as a prosthetic arm. So from the brain, from the signal EMG is available. This we are making measurement, and we are using the setup of stepper motor and other controlling this limb. That is possible. That is the application of the EMG in the rehabilitation engineering. So I am not going into the detail of how to acquire the EMG here, because EMG, how we are acquiring ECG, same instrumentation is enough to make the measurement of EMG. There is no change in the EMG, but only the parameter and frequency values will be changed. So EMG will be up to 5 kilohertz, and the amplitude is much larger than the ECG, up to somewhere around we can get 10 millivolt to 1 volt. The voltage will get from the EMG. So this is the application is prosthetic arm and artificial limb can be given to the thing. So now I am talking about the EEG. So this is function of the brain. As I said, 90% of the tissues are there in the brain are the nervous system, and other 10 or other part of the bodies are there. So from the brain, it is Hansberger during 1890s. He acquired, he is a physicist from the Germany. He acquired association of electrical activity from the brain, and he termed as electroencephalography. So this is a single neuron. Such type of millions of neurons are there. So these integrated, okay, not a single neuron, many neuron, millions of neurons are there functioning in integral way. So it is available on a brain onto the top. So that we have the skull, and skull is covered by the fatty tissue, which is called as a scalp. So we are acquiring from the scalp the placing suitable electrode instrumentation, and we are acquiring the electrical activity of the brain, that is we term as a electroencephalography. So what and all we can acquire from the brain means a person is normal, his thought, its mental state, he is alert, intense mental activity, or depressed, or some disease condition like epileptic seizures or seizures. Any person a blank or having association with the muscle contraction, and he is having more electrical activity in the brain, leads to what is happening in the surrounding, he is not aware of that. We call as a fit of rage, or as a fits we call as a common terminology, but it is not a correct way of telling fit is abolition of the word to use. It is abnormal condition of the brain, that is we call as a brain has been seized, or we can call it as it is many times repeated, then we termed as a disease as a epilepsy. My research, I worked in epilepsy area, prediction of epilepsy, so that I am elaborating how it is to be detected. So from the brain, so this figure is there, sorry. Yeah. So this association of electrical activity from suitable placement of electrodes, and we have instrumentation amplifier which is recorded. This principle is called electroencephalography, which is obtained from the brain. Okay. So which is having some international standard system. As for the ECG, it is called as a 12-lead configuration. For EEG, it is 10-20 electrode systems. So we can record it 8 recording or 32 channels or many more channels nowadays. Sophisticated machines are available. We can record as of our this thing. So this is the made international standard are there. That is the term as a 10-20 electrode system based upon the placement. It is called as a, we can call as a the placement of electrodes. It is called as a topographic mapping. This is standardized. So bands of EEG, we are having alpha, beta, delta, theta. Alpha is known for normal, person is alert. Beta is intense mental activity. Delta is we are having sleep and other things related to our children. And a newborn baby are there, which is sleeping for many more hours, so 12 to 18 hours. If you want to see anybody's newborn baby, if you visit their place, all the time baby is sleeping. So that is the condition we call as a delta condition. We also in the deep V hours at 4 a.m. we are in sleep. Even the having it's not recommended to drive during the V hours. So the delta frequency is appear. So many other researchers they did for detection of a sleep and other things, and have sleep related associated diseases can be also detected. And other wave are there, which is called as a theta wave, is a depression wave. It depends upon the person. It cannot be at a one stretch. The EEG is taken and cannot be diagnosed. It's for a long term and real time. So many hours it is to be done. It's excessive, extensive work. So this is the bands of EEG will be there. So this is available in a pattern. So here we can see the EEG waveform. This is 10-20 electrode system. So for various channels, 16 channels are there, and ECG is also recorded. And here in the right side, we can see excessive activity of electrical signal evolved from the brain. This is called in the seizure condition. This is a normal, okay, normal as a normal pace of brain activity, okay, synchronous, and some rhythms will be there. But here it is a having chaos and random and non-stationary signals are there. Biomedical signals are all non-stationary, but the normal pattern have at least for few seconds, which shows the tendency of stationarity. But this is having a chaotic behavior will be there. So this is application is once again, so brain computer interface. So here EEG is acquired, and we can control a wheelchair, or else control keyboard, or change of the channels, and so many other things are there, which is called as a degree of freedom. What degree of freedom we provide? So nowadays this is a very evolving brain computer interface. So many, this area is evolved a lot, and so many researchers, they come up with good results. Brain computer interface. In the brain computer interface, we are having, other than the brain signal, EEG signal, we are having evoked potential. That is for the flash of light. A newborn baby is there. In the nowadays present of the sophisticated hospital, they test for the newborn baby is whether audible is there, they check audible, and any impediments are there, which will be tested. So in patient is tested with some evoked potential, is flash evoked potential for a stimulus. Pinch or electrical signal is given, muscle contraction is given, that is called as a somatosensory evoked potentials. And then they can test as a auditory evoked potentials. They have P300 signals. So auditory evoked potentials, P300 signals. A audible prompt will be given as a stimulus, and for that how is brain is cognating that is detected, that is called as a auditory evoked potentials. All these guys called as the AEP, EP evoked potentials. In visual potential VEP, somatosensory evoked potential CP, and we have further have sensory evoked potential SEEBP. So this and all helpful in brain computer interface. So many things are there. So due to the time constraint, I am skipping these things. So P300 test. So given as a QR paradigm is given. So we can see this is a chalkboard. So in the rows and column, if 6 is appearing, the person has to detecting or not. We are giving a cue to concentrate on a numeral 6. So then we give a column. So if they detect, if it is so many other things, controlling of these things can be done on a wheelchair control, other things, and any control of it depends upon the how the degree of freedom we provide to the brain computer interface. This is the application. So here with a researcher who is working on a keyboard, so which is concentrating on the alphanumeral pad, which and all the letter they concentrate, that will be typed there. Okay, so writing with Abhi, so that's what their skill, and it is to be trained with the person and researching schemes. So here in present pandemic, physiological signals to be tested, that is the pulse oximetry, that is important here, and lung signal is there, speech signals are there, and abnormality of speech impediments, speech signal processing, that's also a physiological signals are there. So how much inhalation, reserve volume, and how our lung is functioning using the thermometer, which is rate of respiration rate is. So now coming to the topic, I am having shall I another 15 minutes? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shall I continue another 15 minutes, madam?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Continue.
yes.
No problem, no?
Yes, sir, you may continue.
Okay. Yeah, I am coming to the as a content agenda. I am coming to the topic now, modeling. So all biosignals are not easy, as I have shown in the so instrument are there, and behavior of our body signals between one person to the other, and it is a amplitude limited, and distortion will be there. So some noises will be there. Some known noises, unknown noises, deterministic noise, indeterministic noise. Sometimes it is stationary, and in the stationary sense, we will do the processing. Sometimes our all biomedical signals, our physiological signals are non-stationary in signal. Okay, so it is not a stationary. So we have to assume for conditions. That's what important is amplitude limited, distorted, and the noise is not will be there. Signals are there, and time we are important, and understanding of system understanding is very important. So if we know these things about unknowns, if we have some idea, then we can do a very serious problem is approaching, and we can get a accuracy level can be we done. So we normally we do insight into insight means understanding about our signals, how it is working, normal and abnormal. So description we do, so the behavior we study, and control means we can predict that, we can predict. So heart attack prediction we can do. So from that, so many things, and we can control that if we know in early in advance. So epilepsy are going to appear after half an hour or 20 minutes. So from that signal we can make a alert of that things. So these things we can have more predictions, and we can make measurement of our body signals, and we can decide, and we can think about in the future also. So the classification we do more in the modeling. So that is behavior, chance, parameter, compartment, linearity, and what is the domains are there. So that is these things we have to understand for the classification. Cellular level, intracellular, tissue, organ, and organism. This we have to learn what are the prerequisite requirements for any research or any study to be done. Our signals are there, that's what I said. So this is to be studied, normal things. So that is some more are there, non-linearity in nature will be there, and we are getting some feedback and then correcting that, that is called as a, we call as a parametric based or else a classification based, or we are understanding what type of chaos is there. So that is we call as a modeling. Okay, modeling is nothing but removal of noise and normal abnormal. We are focusing on that insight and we are tackling that. That is a parameter called. So after doing that, so now we modeled our signal. So we removed noise and what is the normal and abnormal is now. Then we can apply a machine learning process for classification or identification of these physical signals. So that is we know about. What is a neural network? It is not anything connected with our biological neurons or else our human neurons. Is all about is a mathematical model. We are mimicking a neuron, how our brain functions. We are making a model, a simplified mathematical model, and applying our all the features and making a machinist to be understandable, and automatically it has to detect that. And we are using so many classification rules or parametric based for understanding those things. So this is a neuron, natural neuron. So this is a depicted one in analogy of the how the neurons are there, what and all the components are there. And this right hand side, the below figure, which shows a simple neural network or perceptions or recognition. How humans recognizes the things or doctor recognizes. We are feeding same information in a mathematical model and obtaining the result. So for example, a bradycardia, tachycardia. Bradycardia is slow heart rate and tachycardia is high heart rate. Bradycardia detection means less than 60 beats in a minute is there. That is a bradycardia, high heart rate. So we are training with given the parameter normal, some 100 trials of normal signal we give, and we input abnormal is this one and this one, 15% of the things we give, and unknown things if we give, then it recognizes. And here we are have modeled some recognition, pattern recognition, and some algorithms we use it, and which comes with the result. This is called as a automation or else machine learning, or machine it has to detect. That concept is called, we are mimicking a model of our human neuron. That's called as a human. I am not dealing with the fundamental basic principle, because most of them are research PhD holders are there, and many faculty are there. One or the other way they use the neural network in their projects, and they taught the subject also. So I am not going into the details of these things. In nowadays, the neural network is started during 1960s. So from Anderson to the so many researchers are they given the theory. Now it is come up with more data and data analysis. So that is nowadays deep learning in the concept is existing. You can see the how it is developed during 1960 to 2020s. So in present decade, which is a deep learning algorithms they are using. So anything is good, even artificial neural network or simple machine learning, simple tools which gives the application and detection, that is possible. So we can use those algorithm, is not a problem, and we can adapt to the new algorithm also. Presently, most of them they recommend a deep learning algorithm to learn. So which is very sophisticated but requires more number of data and the parameter to be studied. So that's what we have to model and we have to use it. That's the things in deep learning. So the machine learning concept are there. Here we can see the images I am showing. So here face, and here is not a face. But a human, I am interpreting, I am knowing, because the features I know for the humans, 2 eyes, nose and mouth and collar and shirt will be there. The person same thing, a cropped male is there and eyes, and I can see the permanent. This is I have trained. But the computer, if I train by the numerical model and other things, and this is given, the background is there, and here some other background will be there, and it looks like a face like structure, tree, but I can recognize. But my machine has to identify that, means I have to feed proper way. So that's what I have to train my machine. It is to recognize. That is the practical challenge of a machine learning algorithm. So that's what, for that features are important features. So we are using examples of regression, logistic, neural network, and features are important. As much as your features are good, so evaluation of detection will be evolving is good. So threshold. So we are giving some features, age, gender, stage, and depends upon our neural network how we train, which is having input layer, our hidden layer, and output layer will be there. So we are now making which type of neural network and what are the weights we design. Accordingly, we study and we do the neural network. So normally, so I am giving one example of backpropagation algorithm, which is having adaptive in nature, error correction will be done. So I am using in one of the application of epileptic seizure detection, 12 features I am using, 10 hidden layers are there. There are 3 output will be there. One is normal EEG signal, normal brain signal, the person is normal. Before the person is going to slip into the epilepsy or epileptic seizure will be there. That is we called as a pre-seizure. Okay, that is to be detected because that is the prediction part. A person is before epilepsy is going to happen, 20 minutes or 30 minutes too early, that is to be detected. That is my topic and area of interest. That is prediction of epilepsy. And other is abnormal. Epilepsy is occurred. So I trained with 12 such features are there. I modeled and I identified and I trained with a artificial neural network backpropagation algorithm. So we can see 2 hours of recording of a one brain channel. So this is 7,200 seconds. That is 2 hours. Here 3,600 is a 1 hour. This is a 1 hour. The 2 hour recording will be there. So normal it is check with every 10 second it will checking, but here some changes are there. So it is predicted here epilepsy is going to be happen at this arrow mark. Yeah, visualizing pointer is working, madam. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, point. Yeah, this is 25 minutes earlier to that epilepsy is going to occur. That is predicted here, and the red color zone is there. This is, we can see here the window is there, black window is there. This epilepsy is detection are there. So a person with a mobile as a mobile like mobile application and is connected with the scalp electrode, he is working in and around. So it is a alert to be given 25 minutes. That is where after 25 minutes he is going to be get epilepsy. So similarly, you can try a person with heart attack. So it doesn't know the common thing. So if we get any suffocation or any stress or any our pricking of heart is there, what we are supposed to do? We go to the hospitalize or we have to take a sufficient test. By the side of and we to be hospitalized, we go to the and take rest, then further medication therapy to be given. So that's the thing are there in the prediction of diseases. So condition also we to be aware of so many other diseases. So many other diseases. Okay, so many other, we can predict it. So when I can having getting to be diseased and how it is to be correct therapeutic can be planned. So a prediction things can be used in using a neural network and using the physiological things. That is very important. So that's what in pandemic condition also our body temperature, respiration, and our oxygen saturation. These parameter can be measured and can predict it. So any we have having any infections, other things, and how it is to be treated. Early detection and early prediction is better. The treatment is available and survival is more. So we can apply to the any of the concept this prediction. Then we are making the measurement of performance analysis, that is accuracy measure. So accuracy measure we know about accuracy measures. So how much percentage of accuracy will be there? So nearer to the 90 to 95% accuracy will be good. So that false positive, false negative, true positive, true negative. This thing all we are in the performance analysis of a neural network, and we are calculation these. So some disease classifications are there. So that is for the ECG. So heart attack detection and prediction. Ventricular fibrillation, heart attack, heart block can be detected. Similarly, neural network is applied to the our brain electrical activity, that is for the epileptic seizures can be applied. So many other biological signals are there. For example, one of the baby which is crying in an airport, a old aged mother, grandma, she knows why baby is crying by pattern. Because of hungry, or because of regurgitation of milk, or because of any suffocation from that pattern. So a good digital signal processing tools, poles and roots, if we apply to the cry of a child, we can predict why the baby is crying, because of stomach pain, or else because of hungry, or else suffocation or respiratory troubling it. So that pattern can be tested. So any physiological signals are there that is properly studied and sampled it, and we can use for as an example. This even in speech signal processing, speech impediments are there, and acoustic signals are there, auto-acoustic signals, that is the defect of deafness. So intensity of hearing impairment can be tested. So I am enumerating very few of the things. All the signals that is evolved from our body, which is a biological signal, a physical signal, but we have to understand which is nothing but a physical quantity: light, heat, temperature, humidity, pressure, vibrations, acoustic signal, magnetic signal, and many unknowns are there. In conclusion, I started with the physiological signals. I enumerated some of the examples. I have only tackled the heart signal, the signal, and the brain activity. And application wise, that's what is the importance of modeling in between that one or two states. After that, I completed neural network application, heart attack detection and prediction of epilepsy detection and prediction, and lot more things are there. Computer interface and detection of so many predicting. So what and all the diseases are there that is can be predicted by our physiological systems are there. So a lot of scope, and which is integral things. So we can do with embedded system using VHD, can do online simulation, and all the things we can test. So many research avenues or area are there. This is a broad area. Biomedical engineering is a broad area, and it's welcome to all engineering aspect. Need not only be only electronics people. So mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, information science engineering, computer science engineering, any person can make a not by research. This is my conclusion. Is a broad area, and the references, so many references are there. My research topic is electroencephalography and biosignal processing, but I topic is I covered with the application of neural network in ventricular contraction, heart attack. That's the major things, and artificial intelligent framework for the classification. These the things are there. Sir, any feedback, sir? Shall I conclude the session with thanking?
Hello. Yes, sir. We have some queries from the participants.
Yeah.
Okay. The first one is this question from Velumani Sangeeta. Is there any simple app to record the ECG patterns using Android?
Yeah, very good question. So some app are now is there. I heard, but I have not tried with. But it can be any recording systems are there. Voice recorder is there in any mobile, so we can record the signal. This is not a bad idea. We can record using our any mobile. The audio recording option is there, but sampling rate we are getting it 44,000 44.15K we are getting. So that's the criteria, because our biomedical signals are only 100 Hz. So we are not getting a streaming. A continuous visualization is not possible, but we can record it and we can get into our system MATLAB and we can process. Many what they are doing is a really good question. I appreciate. So they can, because most of the things are there. The gadgets we are not available in our laboratory things. So it can be tried. Or else any lab hardware, virtual instrumentation system, they provide with DAC system 600, USB 600 9 onwards, we can use the recording system, 8-bit recording system.
Okay, sir. Thank you. We have another question from Tyagarajan Chandir. What are the precaution we have to take for dialysis patient in current situation?
Dialysis patient, I am not aware of dialysis patient, particularly the body temperature, pulse rate, ECG to be monitored. That's the physiological things we can make measurement. And nowadays it becomes very common. The people with two types of dialysis are there. So a portable one, wearable one, and patient themselves, subject themselves, they are carrying. In a home hygiene condition, it can be they are doing now, because they have to take many times dialysis is a continuous process once they are into the dialysis. So normal, they have to check with their body temperature. Every person nowadays, every home which is having a BP apparatus, so the BP, pulse rate, temperature, these things to be tested. So that is the primary requirement, and the hygienic condition, it is not to be any infections or not to happen, because they are using a catheter and other things. That is the care to be taken. But anyhow, physiological system is not directly related to any dialysis. I will not touch upon that. There is a therapeutic instrument. There is a different area.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Do we have any precaution to be taken by the post-corona patients, sir, for now this pandemic situation?
Post corona patient, that is my suggestion is there nowadays. No, we have to predict. Healthcare is very important in the present pandemic situation. In every home, it is affordable. A PPG thermography, a PPG or wearable oximeter is there, that is available for within 1,000 rupees. So 500 rupees to 800 rupees. That's we have in our home. BP apparatus, stethoscope, temperature measurement, thermography is costing somewhere around 5,000 rupees. Nowadays, every college, every institution, every industry, even in transportation, bus transportation, they are to check with body temperature, physiological temperature. But if you have normal thermometer, not so good, but even we can offer a digital scanning or thermography, and that is I recommend PPG, stethoscope, and this thing to about in variations are there. You have to get notice. And simple experiment, and need not have thermometer. We can have a balloon and we can puff it for 10 seconds, and we can hold this for 10 seconds, and we can respiration. If our respiration is 16 to 22, that's a good. If we are having any cessation, any corona or pandemic patients. So these test we can make a self test, madam. Nowadays, so many videos real thing to check with in our life.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful presentation.
Yeah.
So
Madam,
now
I
I
will.
call.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I will recommend. Thank you, and we can have the thing.
So now I call
It is.
upon Mr. Manikandan, sir, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, good answer.
It's my great privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this special day on behalf of Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute, first year BTech campus. I wish to express my sincere thanks to our Honorable Founder Chancellor, Dr. A.C. Shanmugam sir, our Honorable President Engineer ACS Arun Kumar sir, for given great opportunity to conduct a national level webinar on advanced physiological signal processing and modeling for neural networks. I extend my warm thanks to our Vice Chancellor, Dr. S. Geeta Lakshmi ma'am, respected Dr. D.C.B. Palnivel sir, Registrar of our University, Dr. V. Cyril Raj, Joint Registrar, Academic and Administration, Dr. D.B. Jabaraj, Joint Registrar E&S, Dr. N.S. Subhasri, Dean E&S for continuous motivation and support. We want to express our gratitude to the wonderful resource person, Dr. D.K. Ravis, who has spared his precious time for us and graced this occasion. From his speech, we got a knowledge about how the physiological signals are processed for the neural networks and how identify the various diseases in our human body, especially heart and brain problems, with the help of ECG, ENG, MRI devices. The way in which he is explained very excellent and answered all questions which was raised by the participants. I would like to thank and acknowledge the immense contribution of our faculties and the organizing team. I extend my special thanks to all the participants. I take a note away from this webinar. Health is wealth. Health rises, definitely our wealth is rising. Everyone to maintain health, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I
sir.
am very grateful to the management, Dr. India Education Institute, they gave me the opportunity, and this is the platform I have to speak. I thank Dean, Joint Registrar, sir, he's all the time with me, all the madam, and Dean madam. Thank you very much for organizing this